Guys, welcome to the class. Here we are going to discuss about union. So here union is similar to structure. We already have seen about structure in the previous videos, and this union is similar to structure. That is, it is also a collection of variables of different data types. So here the union is also used to hold group of variables of different data types. Then what is the difference between union and structure? Okay, why we are using this union concept? If it is similar to structure and it is also holding collection of variables of different data types, then what is the difference? The difference is on the memory. Okay, so here the basic difference between structure and union is on the memory. Here union uses chunk of memories to store variables. Okay, there will be a chunk of memory and that memory will be used to store variables. If you take structure, so all the members of the structure takes its own memory space. Okay, if I'm having 3 member variables, then all the 3 member variables have its own memory space for storing their values. But when you take union have only one memory space allocated for it, and that same memory space will be shared to all the members of the union. Okay, so all the members of the union will use the same memory space. That is what the difference between union and structure. So here the information in one field can be shared at a time. So which means that memory space is shared to all the members of the union. So once a new value is assigned to a field, then the existing data is erased because it is using the same memory for all the variables. So that is for all the member variables. Okay, so when the same memory is used for all the member variables, then when a new value is entered, then what happens? The previous value, the old one, will get erased. Okay, that is what will happen in these kind of data type, that is union type. Okay, so then coming to declaration of union, how we can declare the union? It is just similar to our structure. Okay, how we are declaring a structure, in the same way we can declare the union. So the keyword we are using for defining a union is union keyword. So we are using union, and here person is the name of the union. Inside this union we have members. Okay, member variables, name of character type and age of integer type, and then here we have to end the union with semicolon, just like our structure. Okay, so you can ask me, here we are using different types of variables, like we are using character type of variable and we are using integer type of variable. We are using different types of variables. Then how these variables shares the same memory? How it is possible? Because character size is less than integer, so integer is greater than character. Then how it is possible to share a same memory? How means, if your members are there, okay, so first it will take the members and it will check for the data type of the member. So for this member variable the data type is character, and for this member variable the data type is integer. In this, so what is the greatest data type? Okay, what is the data type that is having greater bytes, okay, greater size? So that size will be allocated, and here integer has the higher size, right? So now for example, let us consider that your integer size is 2 bytes. Okay, so here integer size is 2 bytes, and now the memory will be allocated with 2 bytes. Okay, so 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. So even though your character has 1 byte, so this character will make use of this 1 byte. Okay, and if you are using integer data, then it will make use of this 2 bytes. So how the memory is allocated here? Based on the greatest size of data type. Okay, based on the data type which is having the greatest size, so that size of memory will be allocated, and the remaining member variables can make use of that memory, right? So we will see how these sharing is happening, how the members of union is sharing this memory, and if it is sharing, what is happening when we are sharing the memory to member variables, then what will happen? Okay, we will see all those now. So before getting into that example, first we will see initialization. Okay, we have seen about declaration now. Now we will see how to initialize the union members. Okay, so let us consider this simple C code starting from the header file. So here we have union and the union name is book 2. Inside this union we have pages and words as member variables. So after that we have a main function. Inside this main function, basically what we will do in structure, we'll write struct, then structure name, and then structure variable, followed by initialization. So this is how we will initialize the structure variables. But if we are doing the same for this union, which is not acceptable here, so this does not work with union. This type of initialization does not work with union as like structure. Only we can initialize the structure members like this, but we cannot initialize union members like this. Okay, so if you want to initialize union members, then how we can do it? By these two statements. Okay, first we are taking the union variable. Okay, so the union variable is book by using dot notation, and here this is the member variable pages. Okay, since these two are an integer type, so we don't have any issue. Directly we can assign the integer value. So first I have initialized this with value 5, and then book dot words is equal to 200. Now the word, that is the second variable word, will be initialized with 200. Okay, so since these two are of integer type, now how many bytes will be allocated? So 2 bytes will be allocated, right? So for integer type, 2 bytes will be allocated in memory. So first we have initialized the pages with value 5. So what happens now? The value 5 will be initialized here. So this memory space contains the value 5. Okay, later what happened? We are initializing word with 200. So this word will also take the same memory space. So if it takes the same memory space, now this space will be updated with the value 200, right? So the previous value 5 will be erased and it will be updated with the new value 200. So this is what the problem we have when we are using the union. The previous value will get deleted, will not be there in the I mean, if you want to refer the previous value, it will not there in the memory location. Okay, so it will be updated with the new value, right? So if initially we are assigning the value 5 in this position, then both the variables pages as well as words, so both the variables contains the same value 5. Even though you didn't initialize this word, you are just initializing only pages here. Okay, here we didn't initialize word. In the statement we are initializing only the variable pages with the value 5. So since these two are sharing the same location, these two contains the same value. These two points to the same value 5. Okay, so when you try to print the value of pages and words, here it will print the value 5 as the result for both pages and words. If you didn't initialize word, okay, if you didn't initialize word, you are just initializing pages, still it will print the value 5 as result for pages as well as words, since it is sharing the same memory space. Okay, and coming to the next line, so coming to this printf statement, after book.pages is equal to 5, we have a statement that is book.words is equal to 200. Now it will contain the value 200. Okay, now the memory is updated with the value 200. This memory space is updated with the value 200 after this statement, right? So if I try to print the values of pages and words, so what will be the values, right? For in printf statement, first I'm trying to print pages, that is book.pages, and in second printf statement I'm trying to print words, that is book.words. If I'm trying to print book.pages and book.words, what will be the output? So this is what the output is. For both the output I'll get 200, because now that memory space is updated with the value 200. So both these member variables points to the same value 200. That is why it is giving us the same result 200, 200. Right? So this is how you can initialize the union member variable. So as like structure, we cannot do initialization like this. So when you want to initialize the member variable, you have to go in this way. You have to initialize in this way. Here is another simple example which we can use for union. So starting with header file followed by a union. Here the name of the union is again book 2, and inside this we have member variables, pages and words. Okay, then we have a union variable book here. Okay, this is union variable, these are all member variables. So inside main function we are going to initialize the pages with 50. So first book dot pages is equal to 50. Then after initializing it, I'm trying to print the values of pages. So after this statement, I'm printing pages value. If I'm printing the pages value after this statement, what will be the output? It will print the output as pages 50. Right? Now the output will be pages 50. Then after this printf statement, again I'm initializing the variable word with value 200. So now what happens, our memory will get updated with the value 200, and after the statement I'm trying to print word. Okay, so if I'm printing word, now this variable will give me the value 200. Okay, so after this statement I'm printing the value first and then I'm updating the value here. So here it will print the value 50 and here it will print the value 200. Right? If you're not adding this statement here and if you're just adding the statement here after this statement, then what you will get? You will get pages 200, then words 200. And if you are adding this printf statement here, that is after this printf statement, we have this printf statement word. Then what will be the output? So the output will be printed as pages 50 as well as words 50. Right? So this is how a union works.